Hello everyone and welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm going to make a very simple, fun appetizer that you can serve at parties that can incorporate essential oils into your cooking. If you are looking to expand in flavors and textures, this is a really great, quick, easy recipe. It's called an olive tapenade stuffed grape tomato. So today what we're going to do is we're going to start with a combination of olives. Today I have some green olives, I have some black olives, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them into the bowl of my food processor. I'm using a mini food processor because this particular recipe doesn't call for a great deal of product to cover the tiny little tops of these little grape tomatoes. It's really quite easy, so you really don't have to go out and buy a lot of things. So I'm just going to pour in about a cup of black olives, maybe a little less, and about an equal amount of the green olives. And then I'm going to put it into my tiny little food processor. Not an expensive item to get, just easy right there. And I'm just going to let it do the chopping. So you will see that some of the olives are not all the way ground up, but most of them are. So what I'm going to do is give it a quick stir, move things around a little. Then I'm just going to put this lid right back on. Sorry for the noise. There we go. And just a few more seconds. And then we should have a great product. And as you can see, everything is chopped up very nicely. So now we're going to move on to the tomato part of it. You take a grape tomato, and we're going to stuff these, but really we want to keep a lot of the tomato because the tomato has a nice sweet flavor versus the olive tapenade, which has a salty flavor. So the combination together is really quite nice. So my objective is, as you can see, these roll. So the first thing I'm going to do is take a tiny sliver of the tomato off the bottom so that the tomato will sit flat. Notice how that sits flat. It's not going to roll around on your table. Now I picked it across the long way horizontally because this tomato has most of the body in the length, and I think it would be a lot harder to make it stand on its end than it would to make it sit on its side. Now the next step is I'm just going to chop up a little bit more than the bottom on the top. So this will be the place where the tapenade will rest. So I'm going to hold it on the side, make sure my fingers are behind my knife blade, and then just slice that off. So now what you're left with is you have a lot of product in there. You've got a lot of tomato, and you don't have to scoop it out because you want all that flavor in the end product. Now we're going to take the olives and we are going to mix it into a bowl with our essential oils. When I make tapenade, I like to use a couple of different flavors. You, of course, are welcome to use whatever you like, but I prefer to use a little bit of rosemary and a little bit of wild orange. Let's see. Wild orange. Some people like to use lemon. You can also add that in, a little bit of lemon. And some of these oils are very light in flavor, like the lemon. Even though it's highly concentrated, you can use more of it and it's not going to overpower the taste of the end product. Wild orange is the same, but rosemary is a little bit stronger. So the way that I do it, to make sure that I don't get too much oil into my recipe, is I put the oil into the bowl first. So I'm going to start with a drop of lemon oil. Two is good. And then a drop of wild orange. Orange and olives are actually really delicious together. And let's give the rosemary a sniff. It's kind of powerful. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a toothpick, and I'll show you exactly how to do that. So I have my toothpicks. I'm going to take a toothpick, and first I'm going to get it nice and juiced up. So I'm going to turn it upside down and turn it back so that there's some oil in the reservoir. Maybe even I'll dip it like that. Okay, so now my toothpick is dipped in the rosemary, and I'm going to swirl that in to this mixture. I'm going to reserve it on the side because I probably want to add more, but you don't want to start with a lot because you can't take it out, but you can add it in. So now I empty my olives into my bowl, okay, and then I'm going to stir it around in the oils. Get that flavor sort of circulating through the olives. And then I'm going to take a little taste to make sure that I like the way that it turned out. So let's see. You can really taste the lemon, you can taste the orange, and you can taste the rosemary. But I think I'm going to add just a little bit more rosemary. So I have it on my toothpick, and I'm going to stir it into these olives. And that should do the trick. So now, you take this mixture that you have here, what would that take, like 5 seconds? And then you take a nice pinch of it, a nice high full pinch, and you place it right on top of your tomato. Now this, when you take a bite of this, you're going to get a bite of the olive combined with the tomato. It's going to be juicy and delicious and very colorful. You see when you put it on a plate, it's very, very, very fun for a presentation. And that would be the recipe. Quick and easy. Thank you.